Let's go! The official BSB Partner Series. This is FAB-Racing.
The AC40 Pros now making their way around the circuit to come up to the grid, and you can see it's going to be, I imagine, a brilliant start to this one, because we've seen it already in practice. The likes of Ethan Sparks doing very nicely, and as you alluded to, several of the other riders such as Archie Gibbs and Joshua Williams doing very well indeed. And in fact, Archie Gibbs very, very strong so far in practice. So look to see Archie if he can get around to the grid to be pretty strong so far this to start off this weekend.
Yeah, looking really strong. Another rider looking really strong this weekend is Archie Gibbs. We saw how strong he was in practice earlier on. He set 42.8 earlier on in qualifying one, which is blistering pace. So he'll be lining up towards the front of this grid. But it will be currently Joshua Williams who's going to have the pole position at the moment, just lining up next to Archie Gibbs as they look to the flag and are ready to begin their warm-up laps at the moment.
Yep, it's Joshua Williams and Archie Gibbs on the front row, looking to the lights as we get ready to start race 3 here from Clay Pigeon. Engine notes rise, and they're off and away. It's a great start there from Archie Gibbs, taking the lead into the first corner, and in fact Joshua Williams just tucking in behind him, but great start there from Archie.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Archie. He managed to capitalise on that pole position that he had and maintain that lead. Looks like he's already pulling out a bit of a gap as they head down into the hairpin for the first time. We know how strong Josh Williams is through hairpins, as we saw at Lid, so possibly an opportunity for Josh to close that down. Still nothing to worry for Joshua Williams at the moment. Archie Gibbs has got a little bit of breathing space, but not a great gap at the moment. Be interesting to see how that one pans out as we look further down the grid. In your shot, that's Luke Fitchett down there, just battling for 9th and 10th down there. But back to the front, the number 3 of Archie Gibbs has got a brilliant start and just leads over Josh Williams. Josh Williams doing a good job to stay on the back of Archie Gibbs. We've seen how fast Gibbs has been this weekend. We're struggling from a few mechanical issues at the last one in Lid. Was struggling with straight line speed, so hopefully they've got that sorted. Straight line speed not as important around this circuit, but they do assure us that bike is sorted and we're ready to go for this round, and it's looking like it's working, because Archie Gibbs has got a brilliant lead at the front at the moment, but he's coming under pressure now from Joshua Williams, who sets the fastest lap so far on that last lap with the 43.2.
Yep, as Archie Gibbs looking very locked in on this one, but he is taking Joshua Williams with him. They've dropped the Ethan Sparks 62 and 42 of Thori Trevorrow, so the pair of them starting to make a little breakaway, but it is Archie Gibbs who's seemingly taking his practice and qualifying pace into the race, but Joshua Williams all over the back of him, so not giving up on this one whatsoever, and Josh just kind of eyeing him up at the moment, just making sure he can find out where he can get that move done.
Yeah, Josh is just following at the moment. Just he's doing well to stay on the back of Archie, but and he's just trying to see where he can make that move, make a move stick later on in this race. There's plenty of laps to go, so there could very well be an exciting battle at the front of this one. Archie Gibbs, we have already seen him take a win last time out at Lid. In the wet, but it was still a very good win from Archie Gibbs. He also picked up another podium that weekend, so looking to take his second win of the season, and also Williams looking to take his second win of the season. Williams doing really well in the championship, currently second place. Ethan Sparks, though, the man who dominated at Lid, just seems to be struggling to stay on the back of these guys now, as we look further back at the number 91 of Archie O'Brien and the number 58 of Marco Holt. They're battling it out for 5th place, so a brilliant battle brewing further down the field as well. Luke Fitchett, you just see coming through your picture there, he's in 9th spot at the moment, just ahead of Bailey Lawrence. But Archie Gibbs doing a brilliant job out the front, Gareth.
Yes, really, really good so far. As you can see, Marco Holt with that that helmet that we've all become a big fan of so far this season. Of course, the Monsters Inc. inspired, but he is still closing in on Archie O'Brien. And Archie O'Brien maybe not showing the pace that we saw from him in round 1 and round 2. He was pushing towards race victories and podiums. At the moment, he's dropping off the pack a little bit, so I'm sure he'll be wanting to close in somewhat on Thori Trevorrow, who's a little bit further up the road, but it is Archie Gibbs that comes across the line and sets the fastest lap of 42.946. But the gap between himself and Joshua Williams is still at 0.2 of a second, and their lap times around last lap was split by less than half a tenth, so those two almost glued together at the hip.
Yeah, absolutely. Joshua is doing really well to stay on the back of Archie. They're still quite a bit of a way from the lap records in this race, but still setting a really good pace at the front of this one. So it looks like it's your breakaway leaders of Archie Gibbs and Joshua Williams who are going to battle it out until the final lap of this race. Ethan Sparks having a bit of a lonely battle there. That is the number 62. But with 3 laps to go of this race, he'll be happy to pick up points for the championship. He's got quite a big championship lead considering how early we are in this season. 42 points he has ahead of Joshua Williams. You can just see in shot there with the black leathers and black helmet just behind the number 3 of Archie Gibbs. Yet to make a move on Archie Gibbs, but you're going to think he's going to want to try as he just has a little look there going into the left-hander. But it's just a matter of time before Joshua Williams has a go at Archie Gibbs.
Yeah, we're coming around to start the penultimate lap of this one. It's Archie Gibbs that's started and held on to the lead, but you can see Joshua Williams has got a really nice run behind him, and he's just going to try and eye him up. Of course, it's a very sweeping call. Will he? No, quite just thinks about going to the inside, but Archie covers it off and takes the racing line into the S section. And Archie Gibbs, you can see, in fact, he's broken a little bit of a gap there. Joshua Williams perhaps just making a slight, outbreaking himself into turn 1, but closes right back up onto the number 3 of Archie Gibbs as we come round with 2 corners left to go. As you can see, again, mighty close. Joshua Williams really starting to put the pressure on, but Archie Gibbs doing a really good job of defending and equally staying calm and looking in front.
Yeah, he's controlling the race beautifully at the front. He's not quite able to break away from Joshua Williams, as Williams is showing some superb pace as well. But Gibbs doing really well to keep Williams behind him at the moment as we look further back through the field once more. So they're the number 3 still leading ahead of the number 78 of Josh Williams with 1 lap to go of this race.
Yeah, as they come around to the hairpin, which is probably Josh's best overtaking option. He's only got a couple of corners left to go if he's going to get it, but there's a little bit of traffic up ahead of Archie Gibbs. Will this hinder him as he comes around to the final corner? And he's going to get held up a little bit, so this might, it looks as though he's going to get up the inside, and that might be curtains for this one. And that's perfect there for Archie Gibbs, who's going to make a run up to the line. Joshua Williams is going to try and go with him, but it's going to be Archie Gibbs across the line, taking the win. And what a race there for the young man. Really, really controlled. And Joshua Williams behind, I'm sure, will be delighted with that. Another decent result for him, just behind Archie Gibbs, but a really good fun battle between the pair to open the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Archie Gibbs took his first dry win this year, and he looks absolutely delighted with it. The first race 3 for all of the activities going on today. You can see big dark clouds in the background there, so perhaps some wet weather later on in the day.
Yeah, we saw in Lyd on the Sunday for round 2 that we had some wet weather come over in the afternoon, so I'm sure all these riders will be hoping that is not the case, but it's going to be Archie Gibbs and Joshua Williams on the front row of this one, of the AC40 Pro class, their second or third race of the weekend, and the second race of the day. But yeah, it's going to be Archie Gibbs on pole with Joshua Williams in second, Ethan Sparks back in third place with Thorley Trevorrow in fourth, Marco Holt in 5th with Archie O'Brien in 6th, Harry Payne back in 7th with Bill Harris in 8th, Luke Fitchett in 9th with Noah Guillory in 10th, and Bailey Lawrence, who is joining the grid here at Clay Pigeon, is in 11th place. And so, yeah, it's Archie Gibbs that has been pretty mega so far this weekend.
Yeah, Archie Gibbs has been absolutely flying this weekend. Had a bit of engine trouble at the last round at Lyd, but still picked up some solid points from Lyd. He's got that trouble fixed for this round, and he's raring to go. And took pole position by a good way and has picked up a win as well this weekend. So brilliant stuff from the number 3 rider. You can see him there on pole position with the fluorescent yellow flashes just next to the all black leathers there of Joshua Williams. So they look to the lights now. The lights go on and they are off, and we're away for the third race of the day. Ethan Sparks with a tremendous start there, making his way up into second place. Archie Gibbs dropping down from first to third off of the line. So Joshua Williams it is, with a little bit of breathing space already in this race. So Joshua Williams, the number 78, leading from Ethan Sparks and Archie Gibbs. Marco Holt has done a really good job to make his way up into 4th place as well.
Yep, great start there from Joshua Williams, as Archie Gibbs now into second position. But yeah, Joshua Williams did exactly what he needed. Really good launch off the line. And as you say, great start from Marco Holt, the rider in the green helmet inspired by Monsters Inc. And across the line will come Josh Williams. Archie Gibbs has closed right in on him over the second half of this lap. But Ethan Sparks now drops down to 3rd place. But Marco Holt is not too far behind Ethan, so watch out for Marco. He gets a little bit faster as the weekend goes on, so we'll see if that rider in the 58 bike is able to hold off Thorley Trevorrow, who he passed off the line. But yeah, it is still Josh Williams leading this one from Archie Gibbs. But once again, like we saw in the second race of the weekend, of the race this morning, it's Josh Williams and Archie Gibbs toe-to-toe with each other.
Yeah, Archie Gibbs managed to get through on Ethan Sparks, and now right on to the back wheel of Josh Williams. So Archie Gibbs will be looking to try and get one done on Joshua Williams. He has a look into turn 1, but doesn't quite make it stick just yet. Still 7 laps to go in this race, so plenty of time for Archie Gibbs, so he doesn't have to worry. Ethan Sparks dropping back now. He's in 3rd spot, but just dropping back off the back of these riders. He's just seemed to have struggled to be able to stick with the pace of Williams and Gibbs this weekend. So a race win each this weekend, 1 for Archie Gibbs and 1 for Josh Williams so far. So who's going to take the 3rd one this weekend? We will find out within 6 laps time. Joshua Williams doing a brilliant job out the front, but Archie Gibbs is with the fastest lap on that last lap. Yeah,
really good lap there for Archie Gibbs. The 42.696 puts him around about 0.6 of a second off the race lap record. But in fact, that fastest lap of the race now goes to Josh Williams of a 42.4, a tenth of a second faster than Archie Gibbs. So he managed to slightly extend that lead out to 0.3 of a second in that last lap. Marco Holt is still doing a good job of holding off Thorley Trevorrow, and in fact Marco Holt closing in on Ethan Sparks. So Marco Holt can see the podium right in front of him, and equally dragging Thorley Trevorrow with him. So Ethan Sparks, he's been on the podium so much so far this season in this AC40 Pro class, but Marco Holt not giving up.
Yeah, number 62, Ethan Sparks, we heard from him earlier on, and he just seems to be coming under a little bit of trouble now in the form of the number 58 of Marco Holt and Thorley Trevorrow. You can see there, 3-bike battle for 3rd position now as Ethan Sparks looks to defend his 3rd place spot from Marco Holt. Marco Holt right on the back of Ethan Sparks now, and is going to be looking for a way through, just as the number 42 of Thorley Trevorrow will also be eyeing up his 1st podium.
Yep, this is a nice run for Marco Holt. Looks to the inside, but Ethan covers off the apex. But you can see up ahead, they're actually starting to close in on Archie Gibbs. So Archie Gibbs has dropped right off the back of Joshua Williams. He's now 1.7 seconds back, and he's falling into the clutches of the trailing trio of Ethan Sparks, Marco Holt and Thorley Trevorrow. So is there a bike issue there for Archie Gibbs? You can see, yeah, there is. He falls back behind them. So a bike issue for the rider that was in 2nd position, and he's coasting. You can see no power down the main straight, and that has promoted Ethan Sparks into 2nd and Marco Holt up into 3rd position.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Archie Gibbs. Just suffering from some technical issues there. He's signalling to the side of the track. Really unfortunate. We saw his lap time drop off on the last lap to 44. So 2 seconds a lap slower than what he was doing before. So really unfortunate for the number 3. But this battle for 3rd place now has turned into a battle for 2nd, with Thorley Trevorrow trying to go around the outside of both Marco Holt and Ethan Sparks up the inside into turn 1, can't quite make it stick on this lap, but 3 laps to go for these riders. And Archie O'Brien now, the number 91, is just coming onto the back of these guys now. He's in 5th spot, and he's just trying to see if he can latch himself onto this battle for 2nd and 3rd.
Only 2 of these 4 riders will stand on the podium. Currently it's Ethan Sparks and Marco Holt, but Thorley Trevorrow and Archie O'Brien will not give up. We've got 3 laps left to go, just about to go on to the penultimate lap of this one. Marco Holt has a look to the inside of Ethan Sparks, not quite close enough. The door is firmly shut in his face, and once again around the outside goes Thorley Trevorrow. He likes that outside line, and Marco Holt's going to have to watch out as he sweeps around, because he's just missed the left hand side as Thorley Trevorrow backs out of it at the last minute. But Ethan Sparks once again having to hold off some pressure. We've seen that throughout a number of the classes he's run in so far this weekend, but he's doing a good job, because Marco Holt and Thorley Trevorrow are both eyeing up that 2nd place, but equally behind Archie O'Brien. He's got to think he's still in the hunt for a podium. We're coming on to the last lap of this one, and it's that man on screen, Joshua Williams, with a huge 7-second lead over Ethan Sparks, and he's looking nailed on to take his 2nd win of the day here in the AC40 Pro class.
Yeah, he's led pretty much every lap of this race, and with the final lap of the race underway, he comes through the S's for the final time, down into the hairpin for Joshua Williams. Just a few more corners to go for him, and he will pick up his 2nd win of the day, and he'll claw in some more points on championship leader Ethan Sparks. So 1 more corner to go for Joshua Williams, and Joshua Williams, it will be coming around the final corner for the final time onto the home straight, and it will be the number 78 of Joshua Williams who takes the 2nd win of the day and the win for race 3 of the AC40 Pros rather. But who's it going to be? 4 second places in the number 62 of Ethan Sparks. Thorley Trevorrow gets up into 3rd place ahead of Marco Holt. Across the line, it was Ethan Sparks ahead of Marco Holt and Thorley Trevorrow, really close for that battle for 3rd, but Ethan Sparks does manage to hold on to 2nd place. The number 91 of Archie O'Brien took 5th place then, and Archie Gibbs wounding that bike round to 6th place.
Thorley Trevorrow misses out on a podium by 0.006 of a second across the line. That's such hard luck from the 42 bike, and he tried ever so hard, but Marco Holt, congratulations, holding on to that one. But Joshua Williams is your race winner for race 3 of the weekend here at Clay Pigeon. He takes the win by 8.5 seconds to Ethan Sparks in 2nd. Marco Holt picking up a podium in 3rd, with Thorley Trevorrow in 4th. Archie O'Brien 5th, with Archie Gibbs falling down to 6th place. Harry Payne in 7th, with Luke Fitchett 8th. Bill Harris in 9th, and Bailey Lawrence finishing in the top 10. Noah Guillory in 11th. But Josh Williams, another brilliant win from the young man.
Yeah, brilliant win from Josh. That's 2 wins this weekend for him, and a consistent 42 pace for him. So yeah, brilliant stuff from Josh Williams, and he'll be a lot closer to Ethan Sparks in that battle for the championship as well.
Racing. This is the 2020 FAB-Racing Minibike British Championships, Round 3, Clay Pigeon Raceway.